everyone, welcome to Favorite Tarot Decks of 2020. Let's start with the, that was unstable. Let's start with the two non-indie decks, and these are two of my older decks. I've had these since the 90s. Oh, look at dust. That's dust. That was kind of funny. I was like, ooh, look at all the dust in the air. Nothing like living on a dirt road to create dust. So, what are they? The first one is the Sacred Rose Tarot. This is one of those decks over the years that I reach for over and over and over again. And I like how no one really has eyeballs. They're all just whites. There you go. Have sun still. Yeah, everyone's eyeballs are just, you know, kind of empty and white. It's a devil. So, well, this dude kind of has some eyeballs, but not like super eyeballs. Wands. I love the colors, and it's a fun deck. It just keeps speaking to me in different ways over the years. Wands, my card. The swords are, this deck has some of my favorite sword cards ever. I like the imagery of them. I like the colors they use. It's kind of a purpley blue thing going on, and I think that makes it really pretty. It's just a lovely deck. So if you're looking for a good workhorse, the Sacred Rose is definitely that. You get a lot of use out of this deck. So that's one of them. And this really is not in any particular, this is my most favorite deck. It's just, however, I, kind of pull them out. And then we have Morgan Greer. Once again, this is another one that's a really good workhorse. Either of these, the Sacred Rose or the Morgan Greer, because they're fairly faithful to the Rider-Waite-Smith Coleman stuff, are good basic learning tarots. Not that any deck that you like is the one you should pick, really, because people are like, oh, I'm a beginner, I should get the Rider-Waite-Smith. I really am not drawn to that deck at all. I never have been, when it was like one of the easiest decks to find. I love this one. This one also has a lot of swords that I like, which might be why I keep coming back to this deck. Swords, yeah, everyone hates the swords. Swords is probably like one of the sweets that if you have a sword section I don't like, I'm probably not buying your deck. But it's I like the visuals, I like the colors, they're bright, they're vivid. And it's just a pretty deck, and it looks really good with the Oracle of Visions and the Fallen Angels deck, the Oracle deck. Those three together are just beautiful. So the other year I discovered how pretty it looked with the Fallen Angels. Oh, and sure, I was using the Oracle of Visions along in conjunction with those two, and I'm like, wow, these are really pretty together. I got Autumnal, 4 swords there. Good, solid deck. Here's the back. Using it, keep coming back to it. like the visuals, like the colors. And for me, the visuals are a lot of it. If I don't like a visual on something, I am not going to use it. That's like the Rider-Waite-Smith Coleman deck. I don't like the colors. It's not even so much the images as I don't like the colors. And so I never have. It's never been drawn to me. My first deck was the Mythic Tarot, the 80s version. My mom gave it to me for Christmas. She has no memory of doing this, so she started the whole tarot thing, and she doesn't even remember. But that one was not really, was, you know, semi Rider-Waite-Smith, and it was based on Greek myths, which is probably why she bought it, because I'd been reading Greek myths since I was like in 3rd grade. So, and that was the deck I learned to read tarot with. That's the deck I learned on. And it's not super traditional. Like, it has Hercules instead of, for strength, instead of like the lion and the lady. So there's some very obviously things that change from the Rider-Waite-Smith Coleman deck in that one. Not super traditional. Not super untraditional, but it wasn't the most traditional deck. And that is the deck that I learned how to read tarot on. That was my very first deck. And it was quite a while before I bought another deck. They were kind of hard to get hold of too back then too. You know, no internet. And really, the regular bookstores just offered things like the Rider-Waite-Smith one, which I didn't like. So I never picked it up. I still don't care for it that much. It's okay. If someone gave it to me, I could do a reading with it. It's probably, as far as like buying it and wanting to use it, not so much. Okay, enough of that. So next deck, Holly Simple. I think, ooh, Holly Simple just tried to escape. Look at this. So, I think this deck's 5 years old too. I'm not sure she's doing a precision or what she's doing, but this, I love this deck. She has several other, I think she has 2 other decks out. They're Oracle decks, which I would also like to pick up, but I have yet to do so. I went through a phase where I bought a lot of decks, and then I didn't buy a lot of decks. I'm kind of feeling like some deck buying come on. So here's the back. There's a front. I just love this deck. I gotta say, I really, really, really love it. Moon. The one thing, now that I'm wearing readers in my old age, the words are a little small. If you have to wear readers or vision issues. The Fool. This is interesting. We got a bunch of major arcanas together. Here's a sword. Example of coins. Pentacles. I think she refers to them as pentacles. Coins, excuse me. Here's a wand. And she has a Lovers. I don't detest. I like how it's kind of like they're sharing chewing gum. I kind of like that. It's just a weird vibe. I like it. I like that they're kind of unisex. Androgynous. You don't know what they are. It's not that binary. So, what's a fun deck. And if you get it, I do suggest getting the book. The book is awesome. And you get to see some of her creative process, which I find freaking fascinating. So if you don't find that stuff fascinating, you may not want to get the book. So, but I love the book that goes with it. I got it both. I think I bought it on a holiday bundle. I got the deck, the book, and then a little rainbow bloody hand pin that's on a cork board. Great deck. If you want something a little weird, a little quirky, that really packs a punch, I love her tower. I love this one. It's a very different visualization. This is not really a very, it's traditional and it's not traditional at the same time. She does go astray from the tradition. But like I said, if you are drawn to a deck, even as a beginner, a deck that you want to use is going to take you farther than a deck that you feel lukewarm about and don't want to use. You're not going to have a lot of fun learning Tarot if you're not interested in learning the deck you have. There's enough images, traditional images around that. It's not an issue to figure them out. So this deck is the Saki Saki Tarot. And I think it's out of print. Come to think about that. I love this deck. This is one deck. Of course, maybe if I never bought it, then I wouldn't feel like sad that I didn't have it when it went out of print. But I did. This is the deck. If I feel stuck if I'm feeling stuck somewhere in my creativity, or I need to bring in creativity, this is the deck I pull out. It's fun, it's creative, it's cute, it's cheeky. And I feel like when I need a little artistic push, this is the deck I go for. Or if someone needs just some kind of upbeat healing kind of thing. And this Lovers for Being Binary is not too bad. I don't hate this one. I like it. Almost every look. Sacred Rose and Morgan Greer both have very binary lovers. But Saki Saki, creative, creative, creative. This is really the one I pull out for that kind of thing. And I love this one. I love this Five of Swords. I love that weird little animal. I love the quirkiness of this deck. The levity that it brings in at times on some of the more difficult, challenging cards. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's cute. It's bright. And she has a book too. I also have the book. Well worth picking up the book. Like I said, I think she sold her last deck, and I'm not sure she still has the books either. But really, the book is really good. She has really thought out what she puts for her things. It's not like a little white book. It's a substantial book, which is nice. So, the Holly Simple book, too, is a book. It's not a little white book that you just buy, or it comes with the deck. Is that one? No, that's not it. Nope. I was just wondering if it was still over here, but no. Oh, there it is. It's on top. I was looking in the middle. I found napkins for collage and a watercolor palette. This is the Saki Saki book. So as you can see, it's substantial. And it goes into the, like what some of the symbology she used for her, like the race cars, shoes, suitcases, and talks a little about her creative process in creating it. It's a substantial book. So if you come across it somewhere, or she still has these on sale, it is a good book for just learning Tarot and expanding your knowledge base. And getting to see all the other decks she created, which is kind of cool. Like just card decks, like playing card type stuff. So, okay. I'm kind of talking today. So this is the Hayworth Tarot. Or is it Haywood? I don't know. I forgot. Hayworth. I've been calling it the Hayworth Tarot. This is a new deck for me. Here's the back, which I love. And I really like this deck. It's different than a lot of stuff out there at the moment. Not traditional. Ooh, that sun is just, I love that one. There's a couple cards that I kind of go, what? Over Death is Just a Blank Card, which I kind of go, this one is very pretty. Which kind of, Nine of Wands. The Death card is a blank card. And the Nine of Cups is a dead bird. Nine of Cups has never given me a dead bird energy. Maybe the Nine of Swords now. But this is not. I like this for the Hierophant. I like weird versions of the Hierophant that are a little bit different than what you would normally see. This deck is in the process. Temperance is beautiful too. Let's look at that. Of being mixed up. And her tower reminds me of like Hovenweep. I think it's Hovenweep in the Southwest US. That's what it makes me think of. Here's an Ace of Cups. This deck's in the process of coming well shuffled, and at the moment it's not. It's a Nine of Cups. Okay, it wasn't Nine of Cups. What was it? What's the dead bird one? Maybe it's the Ten of Cups. Maybe the next one will be the 10. Nope. We got the Page of Pentacles, which is just kind of... It makes you think. It's a thought-provoking deck. And I do like that in a deck at times. And times you want... This is really cool. Want something that's like not just your normal old... the usual typical decks you find. And this one definitely is not. Oh, there it is. It's the Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me, it's not the Cups. Yeah, this has never given me dead bird vibes. So, you know, there's a couple cards that are kind of like, I don't get it. Death is just blankness. Okay, I understand the concept of it, but in the concept of a duck, it's kind of like, it's something that's very visual. It's almost kind of like a cop-out on that one. And this card. Those are the two major ones that I'm kind of like, on. But really, overall, good solid deck. And I like the aesthetic, I think, is part of it too. It's just a little different. And that's, you know, kind of nice sometimes. King of Wands. This page, all the pages, if I remember correctly, have kind of like a veil over them. So that's this deck. So really, there's my top 5 this year. We got the Sacred Rose Tarot, the Morgan Greer Tarot. Everything's put away. Oh, silly me. Morgan Greer Tarot, and the Holly Simple Tarot, Saki Tarot, and the Hayworth Tarot. All things I'm really enjoying this year, and I've been enjoying using this one also throughout the year. So yeah, alrighty everyone, have a wonderful day, and go out there and be the love in the world. Bye bye.